Hey, it's Kyle here, and today I'd like to review Pompeii by Robert Harris. This is actually the second book by Robert Harris I've reviewed on this channel. The first was Fatherland. If you'd like to check that review out, I'll put the link somewhere up here in the description box below. But Pompeii is a great work of historical fiction. And I should say, I actually didn't realize this book was by the same author as Fatherland until I went to put it in my bookshelf. It's been a while since I'd read Fatherland, so I remembered I loved the book, but I forgot the author's name. And I'd actually picked this up at a used book sale. And like I said, it wasn't until I'd finished reading it I went to put it on my shelf, because I keep all my books in ABC order by author's name, that I realized, hey, this was the same author that did Fatherland. So it did surprise me that I really enjoyed Pompeii, because Fatherland is an awesome book. It's a great work of historical fiction. As you might guess, the setting of this book is Pompeii in the ancient Roman Empire. And of course, I'm assuming most people know the story of Pompeii, that basically it was destroyed during a volcanic eruption. The way the ash fell, a lot of the ruins and actually even the people in the city were preserved. So now it's become a little bit of a huge kind of historical tourist attraction where people get to see a really well-preserved element of the Roman Empire, but also see the devastation that a volcanic eruption can really have on a city. So when the book starts, it's made clear that the eruption is fixing to happen. It's basically, I believe the first of the book starts 3 or 4 days before the eruption. Of course, the people and the characters in the book don't know the eruption is fixing to happen, although as the story progresses, they begin to suspect something's going to happen. So just keep that in mind with the kind of setting of the book. But the basic plot is the main character is an engineer for the Roman Empire, and basically he's an expert in regard to aqueducts. And he's been sent to this region to supervise the aqueduct that feeds the cities of Pompeii and all the other big cities in this region. And there's a issue with the water. Basically, the aqueducts start to go dry. So he suspects, at some point there's been a breach in the line. So he's investigating this. At the same time, he's also trying to unravel a mystery that the person he was appointed to replace had just disappeared a couple weeks ago. And nobody really knows what happened. He had this job for 20 years, but he just up and left one day. So he's, in this entire time, he's trying to figure out what the issue is with the water, but he's also really curious why his predecessor just left all of a sudden. And as more and more weird stuff starts to happen in the natural world around him, he starts to suspect something seriously bad might be fixing to happen, but he really doesn't know what. And amongst this entire situation, there's also this kind of mystery going along about this very rich guy who kind of has come to dominate Pompeii. He was actually a former slave who had gained his freedom, and then through the course of events had become really rich in a mysterious way. Now he kind of dominated the area. And this engineer kind of has this feeling there's something not right about this guy, but he can't figure out what. So this book's kind of a little bit of a crime mystery book, or historical fiction. It's really interesting if you're into like crime solving or true crime, or even stuff in that realm. I think you'll enjoy the mystery of this element. Is this engineer tries to unravel the mysteries. What happened to his predecessor? What's up with this really rich guy who just seems something wrong with? Are the two connected in some way? And he's also trying to unravel the mystery of the aqueduct and what's happening in the natural world around him. At the same time, if you're normally not into like crime, mystery type novels, but you really love history, I think you'll really enjoy this book, because it really gives you a very fascinating look at what life was like for the citizens of the Roman Empire. And one part I really liked, it gives you several different viewpoints. The engineer, who's kind of like a mid-level bureaucrat. You get the view of the rich guy, members of his family who are kind of dominated and bullied by his power. You even get the looks of some like gladiators, slaves, that type of element. So it's a really interesting look at how society was structured, what their life was like. Very, very interesting. It has full of fascinating historical details, but at the same time, the mystery element of it makes for a great plot. So I highly recommend Pompeii. I didn't quite enjoy it as much as Fatherland, but it was still an awesome book. And I would say if you're definitely looking for a interesting, unique read, I'd certainly recommend Pompeii by Robert Harris. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any books you'd like me to check out, if you've watched WeReadBooks for a while and you kind of know the type of books I like, if there's a book you've read that you think, wow, Kyle would probably love that book, please recommend it to me. I'm always looking for something great to read. Appreciate any suggestions you have. If you have any questions about this book, just let me know in the comment section below. Hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll see you the next time.